Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Medium's Table. I'm your host, Michelle Gardner. This podcast is your personal invitation to join me at the intersection of the everyday and the extraordinary. Together, we'll explore the magic of mediumship, share spiritual stories, and connect with fellow mediums on this incredible journey. So grab a seat, pour yourself a cuppa, and come join us at the Medium's Table, where spirits gather and stories unfold. Disclaimer, just a heads up to all our lovely followers. Our social media is a space where we share personal stories, including those of various mediums. Let's keep the vibe positive and respect each other's beliefs. Every journey is unique, and here we celebrate the diversity of experiences. I'd like to welcome to the show Dawn and Julie. Now, how you going, guys? Let's just get those greetings out of the way.
Good. Hi.
Good. Yeah, really good. Good to be back.
Yeah. So this is going to be a special edition podcast, really, isn't it? I don't even really know what to call this. This is more of a discussion about phenomena. Like, what do we call this?
I wouldn't even begin to try to name it. I mean, my God, what happened? Like you say, there's no word for it. We don't know what it is. We can't describe what we think it could be. We can't assume where we think it might have come from. Just mental.
It's an experience that just kind of unfolded over a couple weeks and taught us some things like paying attention, and, using our recorders and such. So, yeah, I it's one of those that the more you know, the more questions you have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we realized after the first time it happened that we needed to record our get-togethers. So without further ado, do we want to have a look at the recording? Do I need to apologize for it? Because this is where you get to see us raw and real.
Yeah. I mean, we look beautiful here, but my God, I think we all look like a bag of shit when it was being recorded. But hey ho, that's real life, isn't it?
Exactly. So what I'm gonna do, and for those that are listening, it would be worthwhile to switch over to YouTube and watch the video, because that's where you're actually going to see what happened. But we'll do our best to narrate it for you and describe what's happening. So right now I'm about to screen share and play the actual original video. It's not going to have sound in it, and probably thank God, because some of our conversations may be a little bit, we can't say that.
Not me. I'm quite PC, to be honest with you.
Nothing
really?
Inappropriate here.
Yeah. They're all G-rated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Liars, pants on fire. So let's have a look at now you're going to see a little bit of, we're going to be talking. So you're going to see us in our natural habitat, in our natural state, just having a chat.
Not a good look, guys.
Prepare yourself.
Mediums unplugged.
Exactly.
Oh God, I love that. Or mediums should be unplugged.
Exactly. Okay, so here you've got the original recording. As you can see, Dawn, what time is it for you?
So we normally get together UK time, 7 p.m. So this is any time between 7 p.m. to, I think we normally go for an hour, 2 hours, do we, roughly? So, yeah, it's the evening, so it's winter time in England. So, it's dark, it's grim, and, I've got, obviously, actually, this Christmas wrapping paper just lent against the couch there, and I'm vaping like a commoner.
Cheshire cat.
Yeah, absolutely. Doors wide open, so you may see dogs coming through and all that kind of stuff. So quite normal, how you would normally kind of like live, nothing special, nothing set up or anything. I'm, filling my vape up with more vape juice. Yeah. I have to say it's nicotine free. So
that's
just
important.
In case anybody wants to know, it is important. There's no nicotine going in this body. Dog walking in, That's Flynn, my dog. He's just checking out what I'm doing. But yeah, just normal stuff.
Yeah. And we're having a conversation. So for me, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm in Australia. And that, which is why it's still dark. And I'm not dressed like it's winter because it's actually summer and it's warm. So, and again, this is we're in just having a general conversation. Now, for me, being 5 o'clock in the morning, the house is still sleeping, the neighborhood's quiet, and all is well. So, Julie, tell us what's going on for you here.
So it's about 2 in the afternoon when we meet. You can see the daylight coming through behind me. There's a refrigerator behind me, and I'm on the second floor of my house. My husband and my daughter may be home. My husband's probably sleeping because he works third shift, but it's very quiet in the house. And I'm speaking very animatedly. I'm not really sure what I was talking about. I think I might have been talking about a dream I had, experience with an alien, maybe. Um,
Mm. And you can see Dawn, she's running. Oh, look at that. Look, she's it's like charades.
For anybody watching this, I'm a sign language interpreter as well. So I can get very animated when I'm describing something. I don't know what I was doing there. Reaching, I don't know, long jump or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. I actually think you were describing a dream that you used to have as a child.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Popeye and the Witch dream.
Yeah. That's a podcast episode in itself. But
Isn't it?
Look at it. She's going for it.
Oh yeah, there's the witch grabbing me and oh my god, yeah. That was pretty
and we are actually all laughing in the video, which is even funny.
Yeah. Forgotten about that. And look, there's Flynn the dog coming back again to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mental. Absolutely mental. I mean, it was just normal conversation, wasn't it? It was just
it is. It's just us catching up.
Normal stuff. The stuff we normally talk about is what I should say, not normal stuff. Dreams of witches and Popeye and stuff. Yeah, it was mental.
We usually catch up for a couple minutes before we decide to trance.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so maybe we should explain why we get together, because I don't think we have. Be really interesting. So what we do is we get together every week, and as Julie said, we have a couple of minutes catch up and vape, obviously. And then we sit in trance. So that literally means that we just sit peacefully, quietly, close our eyes, connect with our spirit guides. And one of us may talk words of wisdom, which is our guides talking through us. It sounds a bit odd, but it's not. It's quite a normal, peaceful, really knowledgeable type of wisdom that comes through. It's incredible, actually. So this is what we practice. And it's nothing, out of the ordinary for us to just sit in our respective countries, Australia, America, and England, to do this every week. The power of Zoom and technology is amazing, absolutely amazing. And my God, I don't think any of us thought that this was what you're about to see was actually possible, because we've got no words to describe what happened.
Yeah. And we learnt from the first time this phenomena happened, because we weren't recording, we learnt that every time we get together now, we record just in case, which is why this is we're able to play this back.
Yeah, 100%. I think that was my idea, actually. I'm going to take credit for that one.
We'll give you points for that one. For that one.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you, Dawn, because at least then I feel included. The first time it happened in my space, and the two of you could see it, but I couldn't see anything. So you're describing it to me, and I'm like, okay, just another weird thing happening in my house, I don't know.
It was bonkers. I mean, my God. I mean, when it's almost like an alien pops out of nowhere and goes, da-da, like this. And both Michelle and I, when we were seeing it behind you, were like, what the fuck? What? What?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see that? It was just mental. So I'm really sorry you didn't get to, see it the first time. But yeah, you're welcome for me suggesting we record it. But it is, I mean, you've seen it since. I don't know. What can you say about it?
Yeah. It was quite phenomenal the first time. And it's almost like, how do we describe that?
Mm-hmm.
But we will see it very shortly. So what the lead up to this is, what we're trying to show here is there is nothing else going on other than us chatting. Like,
like we're doing now.
So you'll see here, you'll see this. Now you see the look on our faces. Julie turns around. Dawn's in shock. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And we just can't believe what we just saw.
I think there were a few expletives there, as in WTF. It was just bonkers. It appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah. Julie's not fazed at all. She just starts laughing. It's like, you've had that phenomena just happen and you start laughing. I don't know. Is that normal?
My mind was a little blown.
So right now we're switching to, so this is slowed down. This is the video slowed down. And you'll see how it bounces. And then it'll go bigger and almost like draw back in on itself. Now, this is a slow motion zoom. So for those that are listening, we probably should describe. It's
so this we can't even call it a light.
Yeah.
A brightness appears, bounces, and then I should say collapses on itself.
This is normal. That was normal speed there, and this will be normal speed zoom. So this is just this is the next clip.
Oh.
This is when it happens again. So this is the next recording. I think, Julie, this is where you were telling your story about your dream, a dream you had about aliens.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am, alien.
Here we go again. It's going to appear on the other side.
Yep.
Do you know, watching it, I'm still amazed by it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, it appeared in the first video on one side and then of Julie, and then appeared in the second video on the other side of Julie. Now, I would liken it to maybe something like Stargate, where it opens up and closes in on itself. Like, what can you even compare that to? How big would you even say that was?
God, I'd say it's kind of like the size of my hands there. So maybe a small dinner plate, a circular, but
like a ball. What kind of ball is that size?
Basketball? Maybe?
No, smaller than a basketball.
Smaller than a basketball.
Like a softball. You know, when people play softball?
I think it's bigger than a softball.
Is it? It's
like, I think it's bigger than a grapefruit. Maybe like a cantaloupe.
Oh, could be, yeah. But it's ball-like. It's not flat. And it just appears. And then, as you said, Michelle, it just collapses in on itself. That's the most, not the fact that this bloody thing just appears behind Julie, but that how it kind of like appears, bounces, and then collapses into nothingness.
And then, because my background is blurred in the video, it almost looks like it disrupts the blur. So it's not just on the surface, it has mass, right? For it to, like if I put my hand over here, for it to be tracked by the camera, it looks like it has mass of some,
Yeah.
some kind.
That's true.
It's just mental.
Yeah.
Is the only way I can describe it. And I know the first time it happened, and we obviously, Michelle, we weren't recording at that time. That was crazy. And the fact, Julie, that you're not fazed by it. I'd be out that bloody door. Why are you not fazed by this stuff?
She just laughs.
I know. That's what I want to know. She's like,
the first time I didn't see it, and all I got was interrogated by you. Like, you're like, oh, well, what's over here? What's that?
No, surely not. Because I wanted to know. Because in my head,
and
I'm
thinking, this is ridiculous. She's just making it's I.
Oh, I certainly wasn't. But for me, my brain needs to know. Right, are there windows there that could be a reflection of? Could a car be, shining its headlights? Although it's absolutely nothing like that. But as you say, you're on the second floor, so you have to go upstairs to get to where you're at. Is that right?
Yes.
And yes, there are windows behind that fridge, and as I'm looking at you, to your right, left, to your left. But and then for it to appear the other side of the room by the fridge.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would appear more frequently, I think, if it was related to the light or the windows or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just contained. It's
not
right.
a natural reflection like a reflection would be. It just doesn't make sense. And exactly like you said, Dawn, Julie's on the second floor of her house.
Mm-hmm.
So unless someone's got a mirror in a tree, do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And it's daylight as well, isn't it, Julie?
It's daylight, yes.
So
mid-afternoon, like 2:00. So, and the sun,
the light would be similar to what you see.
Me. Sorry, that's the west behind me. So the sun would be coming behind me.
But an all reflection doesn't bounce, sort of, and suck itself back. It's just like, what the?
It's almost like oh my God, okay, I've just got oh God, I'm excited. It's almost like an atom collapsing in on itself. Not that I know what an atom collapsing in on itself looks like, but that's what I'm visualizing. It's like a collapse, or even, oh my God, I don't know, something space-like. That's what it seems like to me. I've got no words to describe other than, that's not friggin' normal.
And sitting here, I didn't experience anything except maybe a change in light in my room,
Oh, really?
I didn't feel, I mean, you guys went crazy, so there was just...
Well, Michelle did. I kept my calm.
Oh, right. You're so cool. Yeah.
100%.
The British, they're just so cool.
What can I say? Stiff upper lip, old chap.
Yeah, the Australians are all excitable.
But it feels like it has consciousness. Like it's doing something. Why is it showing up then? It's not showing up anywhere else in my life.
Yeah.
And to get your attention, what's the purpose? And 3 times in a row, almost, I think, like 3 weeks in a row. It was like,
yeah. And we were talking about each time, aliens or beings, or you were talking about something else that you'd experienced, which was to do with aliens. The first one was, I think we were talking about beings or something like that, some sort of, phenomena that was happening in America. And so the topic was related at the time we saw each happening. For me, it looks like some sort of portal. That's what I feel like it looks like. I just want you to put your hand in there, Julie, and see what happens.
Me too.
Oh, okay. Just a minute.
Or your head. Go, yeah. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, and see what's on the other side. I mean, come on.
Take one for the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, make sure you get it on video. So.
Yeah.
100%. We record from now on for the viewers. Just So if she does disappear, we've got it covered for you.
Exactly. See, she went somewhere else. We can't explain
Mm.
where, but yeah, it's just,
I mean, it kind of is, isn't it? Like a portal. It's just, that's the only word you can describe it as. You can't say it's an orb.
no.
I've seen orbs and they're
It's not an orb.
transparent.
Yeah.
And orbs also move consciously, but not like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this moves kind of slower or undulated a little bit. I don't know. It's different.
Fixed. It's a fixed movement. It's not a organic movement. That's what it is. It's almost like if I kind of like pointed a laser pointer, say at that door, it's a fixed point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas an orb is kind of like, as you say, Julie, can move consciously. It's organic. It's got movement. I've seen orbs literally fly across the room like that and then disappear. Big orbs. But this is not that. It's a fixed.
And it didn't do that. It does feel like it opens up something, and then it's like looking in and then coming back, or
Now, all that being said, what do the viewers think that is? Like, surely there's got to be paranormal investigators. I don't know, Julie. This is more your field. Who would know about this? What sort of person, who would be able to understand this phenomena?
I don't know. I feel like it's more alien related. That's just my sense. I mean, it's in the middle of the day. Frequently, paranormal things don't happen in the middle of the day. I mean, they do, but they don't.
We need to get Men in Black on it.
We need to get the Men in Black. Yeah, Ghostbusters. I don't know.
I would agree. I don't think it feels spirit related. It doesn't look spirit related. It just doesn't act spirit related.
Right.
I just think it's I was going to say completely alien. I think it's not oh God, and I hate to say this because I'm such a logical person, but I have to say I think it's not of this earth.
Yeah, or this dimension.
Yeah.
I love that. And you know what? I also love the fact that, Dawn, as you said, you sort of said to Julie when that happened in both, what's in the background? Like you went straight to that. I'm a skeptic. I need to know.
Give me evidence. What's going on?
Exactly. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing and just ruling it out as, this is some sort of, phenomena that you went to. Is there something that could be shining in the background? What could be there? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I made Julie unblur, and so we could, look at the scene before us as we're viewing it rather than what Julie's viewing, and kind of like discount what it could be. It can't be a shadow because, as you say, it doesn't have a natural organic movement to it, as in sunlight, shadow, dappling, bloody. It just friggin' appears and then disappears as quick.
Yeah.
I've got no words for that.
But lingers long enough to make sure it registered.
Yeah. And what color would you say it was? Because it's almost like, is it a silvery whitish blue, like pale blue? It's an unusual color.
Blue, mercury, like
it reminds me of mercury.
Because it's not a like solid metal. It's not like, say, this pen where it's tarnished. It's silver, but it's tarnished. So it's not like hard, is it? It looks like it's got fluidity to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if the viewers and the listeners want to put their comments in to what they think it could be, or if they've experienced something similar, we would love to hear from you because we're a bit sort of, what is that?
Well, there's no describe that. We're perplexed because we're all spiritualists, as in we work on the spiritual plane, and here we are we've got what we think is a friggin' alien encounter. I mean, I can't describe it as anything else because I've seen spirits. I've heard them physically, like knock on a door. All of those experiences I've had, that spiritual phenomena. This is not that.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. Yeah.
I agree.
God, if anybody, as you say, any of the listeners do have knowledge of it, or they've experienced it, or they've even got, I don't know, their own recordings. My God, what a compilation that would be.
Yeah, because we've often thought and discussed, is there a way that we could sort of conjure it, deliberately have it come back?
Mm-hmm.
We've sort of tried to talk around the same topic just to see, is it going to come back? But it just seems to be random, but coincidentally, do we say coincidentally, when we're talking about something alien. beings, that sort of, conversation, but we can't seem to deliberately get it back, if that makes sense, and make it happen.
And things have changed also as well from the time that we usually sit and chat. Julie, you're now in your workspace, aren't you? So things have changed, so we haven't been able to replicate the circumstances of.
And maybe it's not ready to show up at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't show up at work if I wasn't getting paid. So don't blame it in the slightest. But no,
I do invite it. I invite it when I sit to trance, but of course my eyes are closed, so I don't know if it's showing up then.
But maybe you should start recording if you're doing it. I mean, do you record on Zoom?
I have recorded, yeah.
Okay, so maybe keep that doing, and whenever the recording's finished, watch it, because if we hadn't have recorded, what an amazing.
But I do trust it. I do trust it because it did appear repeatedly on the day it knew we were going to gather. I mean, it had to.
So why didn't you just put your head in there then?
I didn't know it was
That's my
there.
question.
Remember?
Throw your hand back and see if it disappeared.
You should be like Superman. You should like twist around and fly into it. That's what I say. Oh God, my God. Can you imagine if it just appeared to the side of you and you were able to just go like that?
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
I think
it might be. It might not like that. It might be like, don't touch me. What are you doing? I didn't touch you.
But why is it here? Why you?
Yeah.
You know why you? Because you invite everything in, whereas I'm going, no, frig off. You're not allowed in here. Not allowed. Whereas you're like, yeah, come on, have coffee.
Yeah.
Let's have a chin wag.
And we'll have a laugh.
Yeah. That's why you. But no, it seriously is something that, as you say, for the listeners, we have no answers to this.
Yeah.
So if they have experienced it or seen it themselves or know of it from somebody else, God, yeah, get in touch, because I'd love to know what the hell it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any last words about it, girls?
God, just get in touch, please. And do you know what? For whatever it is, I want it to happen again. I really want it to happen again, but for it to stay longer.
Absolutely. Communicate. Can it communicate? Yeah. What does it want? Yeah.
I do wonder if it is the being or if it's something sent by a being, Like if it's a portal, then it's not necessarily the being, but it's just so many more questions, and clearly there's so much more out there that we don't know.
Understand.
And couldn't even conceive of. I never imagined that, I mean, blue.
I love
great.
sci-fi.
Sure.
Love sci-fi, but that's beyond friggin' sci-fi, is it not?
Yeah. And there was no special effects there whatsoever. Clever,
I mean,
but
Julie,
not that
you're
clever.
in Philadelphia.
Yeah. And
I mean,
to
what
be
happens in
perfect,
Philadelphia?
well, the birthplace of, everything, democracy and
Well,
whatnot.
apart from that,
I mean, besides that,
democracy in America, not in England. Just have to say that.
well, yeah,
America's-
because here we go.
We're not getting into politics. America isn't the center, right? For all you Americans, guys, America is not the center of your universe. It's a big world out there. There's other countries. Get a passport. Travel the world.
And
wise words from Dawn.
exactly, this phenomena may be the quickest way to travel if it would stay long enough and let us explore.
It might be. It might be. But one thing I do want to mention is that, I am probably the most low-tech person I know because technology breaks around me, like electrical things.
It does.
If there was a way to make it up, I wouldn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, just in somebody's, is it a kitchen you're in? Is that what?
Yeah, I'm in the upstairs kitchen.
Okay, so in a kitchen in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
A friggin' portal appears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old's your house, Julie? It's not a newly built house, is it?
No, but it was built in the 1930s. I'm actually only the second owner.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, and it wasn't haunted until, recently. So
you moved in. I just have to say that.
No, it wasn't haunted when I first lived here. It started with
you invited them in.
They're not invited. Stop. With well, actually, I had tenants who did some things they shouldn't have done, but that's a different video.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, ladies, thank you so much for your input. And, again, we'd love to hear from anyone watching or listening. Obviously, if you're listening, you need to jump onto the video. Go to YouTube. I will have the link on the podcast platforms, so you can jump over and have a look at that. We would love to hear what you think it might be, or if you've experienced something like this yourself, please let us know, because we are curious, chomping at the bit. What is this? What is this? Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me in this discussion today. And I look forward to having you back again, because I think we have, correct me if I'm wrong, a little bit more phenomena that we're going to be discussing in another podcast.
We certainly do.
Can't wait. Yeah. So I'm going to
because we couldn't just leave it alone.
Oh, no, we couldn't.
No, well, you couldn't anyway.
It's like we've got to keep poking the spiritual bear or the alien bear and see what happens, what reaction we get. So I'm going to put your details, guys, in the links in the description, links below to how people can find you if they want to contact you, either of you. And I look forward to having you back again very, very soon for more phenomena. Thanks, guys.
Wait. Thank you.
To view the show notes, head over to themediumstable.com.au. If you want to watch these episodes, head over to our YouTube channel, The Medium's Table Podcast.